My background is very unique for people seeking statewide office, combination of private sector experience, federal government experience, and senior executive experience. I moved over to Homeland Security in 2003 and stayed for about 2.5 years. And by the time I left, I was running a $150 million organization. We had 4 offices around the country, live operations, working in every mode of transportation, of course aviation, but rail, maritime, the trucking industry, and so forth. And it was an incredible experience, very high-stress job, very much in the public eye, testifying in Congress, back into the White House fighting for my budget, working with the labor unions, working with the privacy groups, working with industry groups. I also got very involved in President Obama's campaign. There were very few Democrats in the administration after 9/11. I think 3 were for Hillary, 2 were for Barack, and that's how we split up. And that was an incredible experience. We had weekly calls. I wrote memos and talking points and drafts of remarks and that kind of thing. I really consider myself a policy wonk. I have been studying public policy since high school, was a poli-sci major in college, wrote my senior thesis on the General Accounting Office, which I don't think anybody's ever done. And when you look at the opportunities in state government, Lieutenant Governor is an underutilized office. I think our current governor did more than most with that office, but I think there's even more to do. And what I have done, and it's on the website, obermanforillinois.com, we can talk about it more tonight, is put together a platform for Lieutenant Governor. Nobody's ever really done that. People run, they talk about the issues in broad generalities. They can't deliver on anything because they're not elected governor, they're elected Lieutenant Governor. So what I've tried to do is identify 5 core issues. It's going to expand as the election goes on, and talk about what the Lieutenant Governor can do as distinct from the Governor. That's really the key. How can you support the Governor, but also be an independent elected official, which you are. Whoever he or she is not going to have enough time to drill down on all these issues. So it includes high-speed rail and transportation. It includes creating green jobs in Illinois, innovating in education, telling the truth about our fiscal situation, obviously cleaning up government. Everybody knows that you can become governor. As we like to say in our campaign, we're just one indictment away. But, I don't think that's going to happen. I certainly going to change that. We need stability. We need stability in state government. But what I would say is that that's not enough. You cannot be a caretaker and sit there and wait. You have got to get up every day, get to work. We're in a big ethical and economic hole, and we have got to move the state forward, and that includes the Lieutenant Governor. Where I'd like to start is on the issue of transportation funding. We're about to get a $26 billion capital bill. We know that in past years, the legislature goes behind closed doors and hands out money to people with tough re-election fights. That's not transportation planning. That's why the CTA doesn't work and why it takes 2 hours to get from O'Hare to downtown. But what you can do is come up with a methodology for how to spend money based on actual needs and get in there and roll up your sleeves in marathon meetings with the legislature. The governor does not have time to be in marathon meetings with the legislature. The Lieutenant Governor does. But you have got to get the state on sound fiscal footing. And one of the things I mentioned earlier, Lieutenant Governor, as an independent elected official, at least in terms of getting the nomination, can really speak the truth about the budget situation. And it's critical. Otherwise, these critical services will continue to be underfunded. We'll go from 51 to 47. That's nothing to be proud about. I plan to spend a lot of time with you over the next 215 days. We'll need everybody's help to pull this off, and I really appreciate the chance to speak. Thank you.